What's happening, guys? UFC Fight Night, Ankalaev and Walker this weekend, the first event of the year. So I thought, you know what? I know it's not a pay-per-view event. I usually do pay-per-view events. I think you guys want me to probably break down all the events anyway, so I'm going to do as much as I can this year. And definitely wanted to start off with the our first fight of this year. So let's do it. So this is obviously a rematch, Ankalaev and Johnny Walker. You had the controversial stoppage, which one was the UFC 294, the one that I was on with Islam, was that same event. I didn't get to watch it live. I seen a little bit. I seen the knee. It was weird. It was like he didn't seem too bad, but then the doctor stopped it. Then they kicked off. The bit happened. So we'll get into that. I'll get into that last. So let's get into a few of the other fights. I wanted to talk about Tom Nolan. He's a fellow Aussie who is fighting on the card. Tom Nolan, good dude, good fighter. He fought on the Dana White Contender Series and absolutely murked the guy, and was a very good start for him. His favourite, $1.33 on Sportsbet, and so we should. He's pretty well rounded. He's had some tough competition, even in the Australian circuit, and then obviously went in the Dana White Contender Series, and again looked pretty impressive. So that's why he would be the favourite. I'm always going to root for the Aussies anyway, so it's pretty clear he is the favourite. So I'd pick him anyway, even if he was an Australian. I think he's got some good skill, and I think he will get the TKO as well. He's always looking for the finish. He's a dangerous fella, and he looks comfortable. He already looks like he's confident and calm in the UFC or Dana White Contender Series. So it's like he's got that confidence that usually it would take a few fights, to see the shots, to be that confident in the pocket, in the exchanges. He seems like he's already there, which makes you very dangerous, especially with some of the guys you're going to be fighting, your debut in the UFC and whatnot. So I'm going to be rooting for Tom Nolan, and I've got him winning. Another fight I wanted to sort of touch on, obviously you've got guys like Arlovsky on there. Man, it's a blowout that he is still on this card, still fighting, to be honest. He's obviously not the favourite. Waldo is a favourite, $1.14. I mean, Arlovsky is definitely experienced. Things can go your way. Experience can definitely help, but you can see why he wouldn't be the favourite. Obviously, you've got these young, athletic guys that are still going, that are in the game's evolving. Experience does take you so far, but obviously it depends on who you're fighting. So, it's going to be a tough one for Arlovsky, but I just wanted to give him a shout because he's still going, and that's impressive. But I've lost this 1 sec. There we go. Jim Miller. I wanted to talk about Jim Miller. He's fought Gabriel Benitez. Yeah, that's it. And he's a favourite. Oh, no, we've got him draw. We've got him paying $1.92 here on Sportsbet. Well, he's holding the record. I think he's holding the record now for most fights in the UFC. And I've seen that he was in the UFC 100. He was in UFC 200. He's fighting on this card, and he's going to be on UFC 300. So that is impressive. He's been there for 200 events. So how crazy is that? Well, more, because he was probably on before the UFC 100. The main fight I will break down is just going to be the main event. I will talk about Manel Kape. I don't know enough about his opponent, but I do know Kape. Kape is obviously a dangerous fighter, confident young fella. Or we've seen him with Kai Kara France when he was started carrying on, and then Israel Adesanya, and he reckons he was ready to fight everyone, which was stupid if you ask me. But obviously he's got some balls, and he's he's a confident young fella, but he can throw them. So he does know how to fight. I think his last fight that I watched, or I think it was on that Sydney card, the guy definitely stepped up. They had a great fight, and he actually made it difficult for him. But I mean, he does have the tools. He shows he can go the rounds, the decision as well, and he can finish. So he is a favourite. So I will probably be leaning towards Manel Kape. So I probably will say my pick there would be. I've got picks for Tom Nolan. I won't pick for Arlovsky and Jim Miller, but I'm rooting for them. But I will say Cape. I will go Cape. And then Johnny Walker and Ankalaev. That's the one fight that I do want to break down. I'll go more into detail for you. So you've seen that fight, and you've seen Ankalaev's control. I thought he did pretty good on the cage there, and he had him wrapped up pretty good. And then that knee came. But I mean, it shows you that he can strike. He can strike with the best of them, Ankalaev. He's a very defensive sort of fighter. So he won't take unnecessary risks on the feet. I know he loves a check hook. He's a southpaw. He loves his check hook. He does it a lot. I haven't seen anyone really capitalize on that that I can remember. But he does check hook a lot. I mean, the thing is with Johnny Walker's team, I think you've got John Kavanagh, SBG, I think that gym's called. So, maybe they can sort of capitalize on someone that's going to, have habits. Because I know that is a habit of Ankalaev's that he will continuously throw. Maybe he has changed that in the last fights. I know I've looked at a couple of fights and broke it down, and that was something that he likes to do. Every time people come in, he loves a check hook and sort of rolls away with it. But he will do that a lot. But again, more defensive. Yeah, he's really defensive with the way he does it. He won't take unnecessary risks. He'll pick his shots at the right time, which is a very safe sort of approach. And then he's got his wrestling as well, that he doesn't always need to use, but he does have it. He did use it with Johnny Walker, and I think that is going to be a very good idea to do, like he did in the first fight. Yeah, so he's got a pretty complete game, got a complete sort of MMA style, where, again, he doesn't take unnecessary risk. We see a lot of the guys, I don't know if he trains. Does he train with Islam and that? I know they're all with the same crew over there. I'm not too sure. But you can see they don't take unnecessary risks, very strategic in their approach. And I feel like he's going to do that. And he's going to need that with someone like Johnny Walker. He can't take unnecessary risks because Johnny Walker will do jumping, crazy knees, very unorthodox. And he'll use a lot of weird tools from different angles, which is why I feel like he's always, a chance of winning. When you're that unpredictable and that dangerous and explosive like Johnny Walker is, it's definitely someone that you're always going to be on your toes when you're watching that. I think Ankalaev is a right opponent to sort of shut a lot of that down and play it safe and, grab a hold and bring it to the ground. So it's going to be pretty hard for me to bet against Ankalaev because I think he is, pretty strategic and well-rounded. And I think it's going to be a tough fight for Johnny Walker. But, hey, you can never count Johnny Walker out because he can knock out anybody on the day because he is that dangerous. And them styles definitely ones, if you want to do a sneaky bet. If you're feeling like, I'm going to do a sneaky KO bet, that is one to maybe do it because you can see it happening, right? Like the whole way through, unless while he's on the ground, there's not much you could do there, but while it's on the feet, you can definitely see him catching anybody. So, but if you want to do a sneaky one, I always try and give you guys a sneaky bet, something that I can see happening. Maybe that is Johnny Walker only because it's paying so good, but again, the opponent he's got is someone that won't take unnecessary risks. So I need you to keep that in mind. All right, so if you're enjoying the videos or you want to like and comment, or if you want to comment on something that I've said, correct me if I'm wrong, whatever it is. Appreciate you if you give that like, subscribe, and comment. And hey, first event of the year, 2024, this weekend, Johnny Walker, Ankalaev. Don't miss it.